All right, guys, we are back, and now it's only me and Becky tonight, but we are talking all of the fun stuff, all of the great choices on Academy Week 1 for So You Think You Can Dance, so stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
No, it's not. But I still look good, though. How come?
I love this song, but then again, like we just said, I love Bruno Mars.
I love me some Bruno too. From Here to Mars.
God, I love
Yes.
it. Oh my gosh. Instagram, yo, Twitter.
Ooh, speaking of Instagram and Twitter.
I know, right?
Right?
All right, guys, so we're just going to go ahead and start talking, because if not, it's going to be again like last week.
No, introduce yourself in case
I know,
somebody's brand new.
But me and T, last time we were here dancing for like, I don't know, almost 20 minutes. That's a lie, because I don't think a song's 20 minutes. But,
yes.
you know. All right, guys, well, welcome to the first week of the Academy. And my name is Yvette Sanchez. You can find me at Sports and Sass on Twitter with three S's. Oh, I almost ruined my own thing. And then 2 S's on Instagram. And then to my left is the beautiful Becky Sattero.
Hello. It is good to be back on this amazing panel. So there were 4, now there's 2.
There was 2.
Just for this week.
You know.
But my friends, you can find me at Becky Sattero on Twitter finally. So
Yay!
Twitter, yay!
Don't forget your Instagram and Twitter.
That's
like
right,
you said.
Instagram,
No.
Facebook, all things social media at Becky Sattero. So good to see everyone.
Alrighty, so let's talk about the
man.
Academy that was held here in our very own Northridge, California at Seaside.
Yes, and I'm a Matador. That's my alma mater.
That
so
is right.
the VPAC.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure many people recognize the VPAC, which is where auditions were.
I
So-
know.
or the
I
Academy.
remember I would always drive by it once it was done. I was looking into going to see some, but I didn't.
Ooh,
So-
no, great school, amazing dance program. I mean, it's fitting they had it there too. The building's beautiful, great setting.
So what do you think of, let's talk about the opening.
Yes, so the opening I was not a fan of. I think it's fun that they integrated, dance, obviously, but all 100 dancers, they broke them up. Obviously, everyone saw that. They had the ballroom, or they broke everyone up into their sections, and I mean, it was cute. I just felt like it was a little cheesy, a little,
Was it too
much.
Too
Too
Broadway,
much.
too cheesy?
Yeah, a little Broadway, a little
Got
too
it.
much, and I would have loved, again, to have just kind of gone right into the Academy, because as we'll talk about, it just blew through a little too much for me. I wanted to see more of the dances.
Yeah.
Especially when they were picking their teams.
Exactly. I feel like this time, especially for the Academy.
Yes.
You wanna see as much footage as you possibly can. We don't want to see the little. Save the opening number for the first show.
Yes.
Like the first competition show.
Well, and I mean, obviously they had to learn this incredible, there was a lot of dance they had to learn. So, I
Right.
mean, at least, the dancers got to perform, if you will. So maybe that was kind of an homage to the people who didn't,
Make
make
it
it through. So it's kind of I'm in the top 100, which is a humongous deal anyway.
Yeah.
But I just remember thinking, this is a little long. It's a little long for me.
This is a little long, and it's taking a little bit of time.
Yeah. I just would have liked it a snap a little shorter, and then just gotten right into the Academy and seeing all things dance.
Alrighty. So, it's the first week, and I think in the middle of it, the first cut, the ones who weren't going through to hip hop there were 71 who only went through to hip hop.
Yes.
So there was a big amount of cuts.
Yeah.
And so, correct me if I'm wrong, before the first round of cuts, they couldn't pick to see if they wanted them on their team or not, right?
No. So
Right.
it was the first task they had to perform the solo in front of the
Right.
All-Stars. And just to kind of review, in case anybody missed the show, the All-Stars are Robert over Contemporary, Gabby with Tap, Paul Ballroom, Jasmine Contemporary, Marco Jazz, love me Marco, Comfort Hip Hop, Cyrus Animation. Again, that was surprising to me because I thought he was hip hop.
Yeah,
but
I
that's
thought he was hip hop, but you know what? Animation is something all of
Yes.
its own, so
That's gonna be exciting
cool
to see
put
that.
it into another
category. Jenna is going to be Ballroom, your girl Jenna.
Yes.
Fiction, Hip Hop Fiction is a very busy man because he's obviously
World of Dance
world of
and
dancing
doing-
it. And then we have Allison, who is probably my favorite So You Think You Can Dance All-Star ever. And she's, well, I mean, dancer, but she's an all-star for contemporary. And I love her. Like,
you know what I love about
love her.
Allison? And I want to say I've mentioned this before, but she went on there as contemporary. She was known as contemporary. But hello, girl pulled it off, and she was on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh my gosh, and she's an incredible hip hop dancer.
Right?
Still
well,
her.
hello, her and Twitch.
Yes. Oh, talk about family goals,
I know,
couple
right?
goals,
Like,
dance goals. Basically, Allison has the whole package.
Exactly.
Ever. But I love her. I love that she is relatable to the dancers. I love that not only does she want to help them with, you know, molding them in her style, she can step outside. I mean, her and Fiction are standouts.
Exactly. And what I like is that you can actually, you know, you've seen it, that they are,
Yes.
that they are able to do so many other different things.
Right. Well, and I think we forget too that she didn't win, but she's like,
She did, but she's very relevant.
she should have. No, I mean she's just absolutely incredible. So that's the all-star list. So the first task was to perform, as we saw, the solos in front of them. Obviously that was snip-snapped. We didn't see all 29.
Okay, wait. I'm trying to remember. Who was it that when we saw that we were like, wait a minute, why didn't they go through? Darius. Wasn't it his solo that he didn't go through to even
And Ryan
hip-hop?
Bailey and your boy Ryan Bailey, who you really love, did not get through.
No, you
Did
and
not.
I were both confused by Ryan Bailey. That
Yeah.
was Teague's boy.
Oh, Teague's boy. Okay.
Teague, we are
okay.
so
sorry.
sorry.
Teague is in the Philippines, by the way. So
Yes,
she
you know, whatever.
she's busy anyway. But no, yeah, I was not that surprised with Ryan Bailey, but I would
Neither
have
was
liked
I.
I would have liked to have seen maybe what he would have done, you know, with another genre. However, they just don't have time for that.
And you know what? I think that's why, like, when I told you, I was like, it's kind of almost like, I get it. He's quirky. He has his own style. He has a very distinct way of dance, but it's almost like a disadvantage
Yes.
to be so technically trained. And I'm sorry, when he would do his little things, it didn't even look, it almost looked like, I don't know, he got possessed by the
A little
dance
bit. And I
gods.
think
and
it's
it was a little,
it's just disjointed a little bit, and I think for this particular competition, I don't think
Right.
that it's saying that he's not talented. Clearly,
No,
he's got his
he's-
own studio. He's training dancers, you know, in I can't forget what part of the country it is, but he's doing very, very well. But I just think that for this specific competition, like we learned, you have an hour to pick up a routine and
Right.
deliver.
and you know, sometimes, you know, looking at someone, I mean, I know when I taught dance or when I had teams and stuff, you can kind of very easily see who will not pick up on choreography.
Yeah, and I think that half of the All-Stars, especially when we were watching TV, they show the All-Stars and
They were like,
well, it's never a good sign when they look confused, and I think that that's
Yes.
probably the problem, is that he's just his style's a little too specific.
right, so
And-
they don't think he could venture out.
Yeah, that was my
that
guess.
much.
That was my guess, is that they may not have thought that he could take on hip hop and,
Yeah.
and deliver. I would have liked to have heard kind of what their deliberation was, but
Yeah, because I could see myself, like, if I had to sit there and if I had to choose, I would think to myself, okay, if I gave him an 8 count to freestyle for hip hop,
sure.
would he be able to adapt to it, or would it still be that only
Right.
specific
Right.
quirkiness and characteristic that
Yes,
he
and
has?
I think it would have been a little too difficult for him, especially hip hop. I mean, isn't it funny that the first choreography round is hip hop?
I was really shocked by that, but then again, I've always thought the two that can make or break you
Yes.
is hip hop and contemporary.
I completely. I think. I mean, well, even hip hop over that, because it's so specific. I mean, it's. I don't know. I just feel like you either look jerky or, and it's from my experience and just from hearing other dancers talk. It's the hardest to pick up quickly too.
Oh yeah,
So I don't know. Maybe that's kind of their technique as well, is getting
maybe
the
that's,
hardest thing out of
out of
the
trim the
gate.
fat
Yep, exactly.
as quick as you possibly
And they
can.
did. They did.
So, I mean, I don't. That sounds mean, but you know,
No, they did. They definitely did.
we're being honest.
Oh, and then we should talk about, so Lindsay's sister Jensen. You were talking about
Yes.
that. She was with Tristan. Tristan did not get through.
He didn't go through, but she did.
She did.
And I just saw a little snippet of it.
But that's Lindsay Arnold's sister.
Yes.
Okay.
And I just don't know if I'm so blown away
Okay.
by her.
And you're specialist ballroom, so that's a big
and
deal.
it's not that. It's just that she does some things that I remember I used to get reprimanded for on the floor. So then I'm like, I'm kind of thinking like, is she getting this push because her sister's Lindsay Arnold? Because I remember when she went up there, they're like, oh, her name's, you know, Arnold.
Right.
And they're like, is your sister Lindsay? And
Right.
she looks just like
She
her.
does look
she
just like her.
sounds just like her. And I'm not saying that that's the only reason she's getting through, but I feel like of all the ballroom dancers, she's not that strong.
Okay.
I think for who her sister is and how long she's been doing it, she should have been a lot stronger.
Sure.
Just like when she held, I'm not going to forget, when she held her last pose for her audition, she didn't even hold it. But no one said anything.
Right. And it's unfortunate that it's about the networking and who you know, but I will say that won't fly as we move forward into the competition. So, I mean, when she's getting into, we didn't see her after we found out that she was going to hip hop, but we didn't see if she was picked on a team yet. We haven't seen her go through other choreography.
Yeah, I didn't see her picked on a team. And I'm assuming she has to have gone through the choreography because they didn't show her going home.
Right.
So, because they said 6 went home after that.
Right. I know it was a little disjointed to watch, especially as you're taking notes and taking it all in. But yeah, it'll be interesting next week to see who goes back to do Travis Wall's choreography. Oh my God.
It's going to be and then
I just feel like even if you could go through, I know, but I mean, for me, one of my bucket list items, if not probably I would probably say top 7 is to learn from Travis Wall. Like, I don't know if I could get through like an 8 count. I know, but I mean, to be able to do anything that he's choreographed.
He does.
So I mean, you're already a winner if you.
Yeah. I'd be like, you know what? Have me do like a somersault and then like just lay there, and that'll be the choreography I'll take from you.
Instruction from him. Wow.
Yeah. And then, you know, they go to ballroom, which is another one that well, you know what? A lot of these dances can make or break you. It just depends the difficulty of what you're going to be doing.
Right. And I mean, like we saw, if you're a ballroom dancer and you can't pull off the hip hop, yikes. If you are a hip hopper and you can't pull off ballroom, I mean, but they said that this is the one competition where you're being thrown. I mean, they do Bollywood, for heaven's sakes.
I know. So it's almost like you have to be, well, Gabby is the one who said obviously she's not looking for a one-trick pony because she was always the epitome of not a one-trick pony.
And fiction too.
And fiction and Melanie. So I remember there's a lot of people who aren't one-trick ponies, but I feel like there are a good amount of one-trick ponies this season.
You do?
I do.
Okay.
I do. And it's not so much that they can't do anything else, it's more that they're so unique. So when you're that unique, it's like, you know, you tend to favor it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if it were me, I'd slay ballroom and I'd probably, you know, be bomb at hip hop, but throw me in contemporary and I'd be like rolling around.
No,
the
you're
floor
right.
like a little kid.
We've definitely seen the one-trick ponies. I wonder if that's creative editing. You know, maybe we haven't quite seen. Maybe they're just highlighting those people kind of in the beginning stages. But I do wonder if we're going to be seeing more of the Melanies and the Marcos and the fictions to come.
I have a feeling they're just going to throw them out of $5. There's going to be someone in the top 10 that we're just like, who's that?
I love Kevin Davis Jr., the one that is going to be on.
Oh my God, yes.
Allison's team, very first one, hip hopper, but I think we're going to see a lot of versatility from him.
Oh yeah, I liked him a lot, and then obviously our girl Kaylee.
Oh,
she went with
Cyrus. Yeah, it's surprising me a little bit.
Yeah, because even though when she was doing her performance with it was with Robert.
Yeah,
with Robert, which is the one that we liked, where we remember his see-through outfit.
Yeah.
I felt she held back and she still made that much of an impact.
Yes, I completely agree with you. I felt like when we were watching them, I mean, of course it's the trio and your guys are looking different ways, but because there were 3 different groups dancing.
Right.
But I completely agree with you. I was kind of like waiting for her to just punch out a little bit, and they both kind of felt like they were holding back, but maybe, you know, I don't know, maybe it's a strategy, who knows, but
who knows, because I mean, when I was watching it, you know, Nappy Tabs, they were hitting like some lines that were pretty big, so when they hit it, I felt like they were just like not as big as they could have been.
They did fall short a little bit. I completely agree with you.
But then again, some people, you know, maybe they felt that they didn't have to exude that much energy and put so much, because their quirkiness and their expressions all spoke for themselves.
Of course, and we also don't know. So You Think You Can Dance is so famous for, rehearsals being watched, and so would not surprise me at all if the All-Stars were actually watching rehearsals and kind of saw their attitude. And again, if they had an incredible attitude, maybe their performance was just not quite where they wanted it to be.
Right.
They also could have, again, we don't know when that was filmed. They could have been one of the last groups of 3 to go in, and they could have been tired from rehearsal. There's so many things that we don't see.
There's so many.
But
well, then that would explain, because even you saw me when Jenna picked Kiki.
yes,
And she's like, you have to promise me that you're not going to give up, that you're not going to do this or that. And it's normally when you see someone who gives up and gets frustrated on a dance floor in front of people, it's a very big turnoff.
sure.
Because they've always said dance through it, even if you don't know the choreography.
Yes.
Smile, do something, don't just stand there. And he was very like deer in headlights. So
Yeah.
maybe she did see him. Maybe she saw him trying really hard.
Well, we didn't even see his solo.
No.
I don't know if I've seen him this whole competition yet. Have we seen him?
We did. We saw
Okay.
him because I remember saying he.
Everyone's just blending. Well, but she did mention that he's one of the best ballroom dancers to come in through the competition.
He was very strong. He was a very strong ballroom dancer. I feel.
But it surprised you that they put him through.
I feel
or
she should not have put him on her team, and she should have sent him through to choreography.
Okay. Fair enough, yeah.
Because it's like, okay, maybe he can't pick up on hip hop. Let me work with him. How do you know he's going to be able to pick up on contemporary? You know what I mean? And
Well, and maybe we're not seeing something that they saw. I don't know. You're absolutely right. I was shocked by that myself, but I haven't seen his solo, so I don't know. He must be that good. Where Jenna's like, I'm giving it all.
So, but then again, they only have an hour to learn.
Oh
So,
my gosh, yeah, let's talk about that. So not only is it hard
hated
enough,
that.
right? Not only is it hard enough to just be, a great dancer, which if you're top 100 there, you are extraordinary already.
Right.
But you're being given an hour to learn a nappy taps routine, which is already just like beyond any level than most dancers, know what to do with.
Right.
But they're given an hour and then they have to perform it. And I think that it's not an interesting concept for dancers because they're used to it in a competitive level like that. But I mean, what a way to just chop the field, because it is about how fast you can pick up the choreography under pressure, because that's how the actual show is.
That's how the competition is. So, that's what I was saying, it's, and then it goes to show you the types of choreography that people can pick up on, because there's people who, teach me a dance, 3-4 hours we'll work on it, and I've got 3 days to perfect it, or 2 days to perfect it.
Right.
Someone can do that perfectly.
Right.
But they want to see the person who, okay, give me an hour, I'll pick it up,
Right.
I'll do it, I'm not going to forget anything.
Which is so much about being a professional dancer. And that's, again, they have to make sure that who they're bringing in as a top 10 can pick up, 3 dances in 1 week? I think some of them do up to 6 dances in the last final weeks.
And then, that's why I worried so much about Kiki. Because it wasn't that, I don't think it's that he was nervous, I just don't think he picked up on it that quick. So it's like, you can't, that's a setback. That's a setback when you can't pick up on it that quick and you're in a competition like that, because you have to pick up on it.
Maybe she's just taking that on as a challenge too,
That could be it too. Jenna, I don't know what your angle is with it, but I'm going to trust it because obviously she's on Dancing with the Stars and I'm not, and she's an all-star and I'm not.
Yes.
So, but then there was the three-way outcome, which is you're going home, you're on a team immediately, or you're going through the choreography.
Right. Travis Wall's choreography.
Do you think they should have done it so early to be on a team
pick
immediately?
The teams. I do, because I think that if they already see the talent, if they already see exactly what they're looking for, and I think that as a professional at their level, there's a part of me that feels like you can spot it immediately. Right. It's just like when you walk into an audition for an actor, they say that the casting director, the director, producer, everyone in the room knows within the first 25 seconds when you walk in if you are what they're looking for. Granted, that is visually, but I just feel like with dance, they were able to tell from their solos. So I think weed out the field a little bit, give the dancers learning the choreography a little more breathing room. I just kind of take out those people that they know they want.
Right.
So yeah, I didn't mind that format. How about you?
A little bit.
Okay, you wanted it maybe
I
one
just
more
wanted
round?
maybe like one more round. Because I remember when they had to do like Broadway and all that.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool that they're not doing Broadway and they're putting ballroom this time around. So I like that a lot.
Me too.
But, so I just wanted to see them go through like two, because like let's say I saw Kiki and he didn't pick up the choreography, and then I saw him again and I saw him having trouble picking up on the other choreography.
Okay.
Then I'd be like, okay, it wasn't just deer in headlights, it wasn't just nerves. This is like his crutch.
Right.
This is his crutch. This is what holds him back.
Right.
Do I want to work with this? Do I not? And I feel also that the All-Stars are more critical than the actual judges are.
Yes, they are.
And I think the judges should be on the All-Star level, like critical like that.
Right. I don't know. I mean, you're right. Maybe they get to choose 4 people on their team. So like even with Allison right out of the gate, before even seeing contemporary or ballroom, she has 2 people already packed on her team. So I mean, it could be that they're pulling the trigger a little too soon, but I don't know. I guess that just shows how much faith they have in these dancers if they're already doing that.
Some of them I felt the trigger was pulled like way too soon. I do feel that, and I'm telling you, I'm still in shock that Darius didn't go through.
Yes, Darius. Okay, so Darius, in case anybody forgets, Darius was the one that was raised in the difficult home. His mother was in prison, and his aunt took him in. And just extraordinary contemporary dancer. I thought he was going to be in the top 10.
I think I even said that. I was like, oh, he's going to be in the top 10 for sure. He's right. I
wonder if we need to watch back this episode, because I don't remember them even showing him do hip hop, but he might have been one of those ones like a Kiki where he just could not pick up.
I think he even went home before hip hop.
No, I thought he did hip hop. No, he was one of the 71.
Oh, that's right.
He went to hip hop.
Yeah.
So he went before the All Stars, and they didn't even give him contemporary. So something must have tragically went wrong with hip hop that we didn't see.
Really bad.
But I mean, for him to be such a forerunner during the auditions, I'm completely shocked with him.
I was definitely shocked, and then obviously we saw some other people go home that we hadn't seen them yet. Yeah. I think Jason Kidd, he was the animator. Mm-hmm. That was like his 4th time.
Okay, yeah.
Going home.
That's right.
So,
he had a good attitude though. You can't quit. And I mean, I think Twitch auditioned several times before he got on too. Yeah. I want to say he auditioned 3 or 4 times.
I think he auditioned 4.
Okay.
I want to say 4.
And then he got on his 5th. And we'll research that.
We'll research that. Or if someone wants to go ahead and tweet it at us, just let us know.
Please do. And also, let's do a little correction from a couple weeks ago. I think we talked about Robert being the backup dancer for Gaga, but it was actually Mark is his name. Yeah, so we got confused with Robert versus Mark. They kind of look alike anyway.
They do look alike.
Anyway,
and
so
it's like
Mark.
You know exactly who you're talking about.
And someone did message us with that, so thank you for keeping us on.
That was like the one time I kept calling a BlackBerry phone a Blueberry,
right?
And I was sworn. I was like, yeah, the Blueberry.
It's funny because I see his face, very, very distinctive face.
Exactly, it's a very distinct face. And then I'm like, wait a minute, he hasn't even been on there, like. And then there I am, like, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, they're all amazing. So anyway, that's a sidetrack, but thank you.
But, okay, so Logan.
Mm-hmm. Logan Hernandez was just amazing. Yes.
And then Jenna even said, I want you to be my partner.
That was something. I literally just got chills.
So I was like.
I just got chills.
I was like, partner where? Mm-hmm. Like, are we talking about like Dancing with the Stars? Like, when she goes back? Or,
I'm what's
like professional.
When they pick the top 10, the All Stars get to pick their partner. That's what she's like. I'm taking you straight to the live show. Is basically what. And
it's funny. He didn't even choose her.
He did not.
And she was
her.
like guaranteeing him a spot. He went with Allison.
Yes, he did.
Because Allison is a very she's a hot commodity.
I know.
Did she walk out with 3? No.
She has 2.
She has 2.
Allison has Kevin and Logan. So, I mean, I think that a lot of that might have to do with the fact that, again, Allison and fiction, and I would even put Marco in that category, just stand out in being able to be well-versed in every category. If I was a dancer, I would go with them 3 as well. But I'm not saying that Comfort and Robert and Jasmine, I'm not saying that and the others aren't, able to teach the well-rounded side of dance. But I mean, in this competition, you've got to be able to be an Allison, to be a Fiction, and it's not anymore about the one-trick ponies, as we talked about. Even Gabby. I mean, Gabby came away with Lex, which is exciting, and Robert.
I think everyone.
Not the contestant Robert, not Robert the tester.
Everyone wanted Lex. Yes. I think I wanted Lex, and I wasn't even on the panel. I was like, I'll take Lex. But
right, exactly. Well, and I think that at the end of the day, the biggest thing is going to be that I think that I'm calling Logan out. I'm calling Kevin out. I would even say Lex as some top competitors in terms of, I mean, they're definitely going to be in the top 10. I'm calling it now. I think they're going to be in the top 10 for sure.
And you know what's funny is I see a lot of the top competitors this season are male.
Oh,
I don't see a lot of the top competitors as girls.
You're absolutely right, and I feel like they've been highlighting a lot of the males as well. So again, we don't know if it's editing. We don't know what it is.
We don't know what it is. Like, some people get mad, but it's like we're only going off of what we see, so we can only imagine. But
right.
I'm still kind of shocked that Kaylee went with Cyrus.
Yeah, I mean, she's quirky enough. I feel like there's something about Cyrus's choreography, I think, or what he'll bring to her style that's going to be really unique. I don't know. We'll see.
That's going to be crazy.
Well, I want to know what the animation umbrella is. Do you have any kind of input on that? Like what that's supposed to mean?
I was like you. I thought it was under
I thought he was
hip hop umbrella or the Fiction umbrella.
Yeah,
I put Fiction in his own umbrella,
no, I mean,
but
I'm trying to think. I don't know if I mean, we'll look into that because I'm not quite sure if I know exactly what that animation title is supposed to encompass.
I almost feel like he wasn't. Was he animation when he was on the show? Was that
I thought he was a popper and a hip hopper. I mean, I definitely remember his season, but I need to research that a little bit.
Yeah, I need to go back and rewatch, kind of like you.
I wonder if anybody else was confused about that, but we'll find some answers to what that is.
We will.
Or tweet us.
But you know who I liked? Dassy Lee.
Oh yes, what a kick butt popper she was. She's gonna go far too.
But she's with Fiction. I think Fiction is gonna take her so far. Yeah. It's not even funny.
Yeah. Well, let's see how she does I wonder again if she gets into the top 10. I want to know how she's going to do with all the other styles. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. Like, she's a great hip hopper. She's a great popper. She has the personality. She has the presence. She executes so well. But it's like, can she do the other stuff?
Right. But like I think Cyrus was one that said she hits hard.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. She just, 116% all the way.
Girl, she moved to America for this show.
I
so
know.
of course
she's
going to hit hard. So.
South Korea's pride and joy.
And then Sydney, when she had to go back and forth with
Poor Robert. No one. No one chose Robert.
Well,
on that first round there.
He's a little intense. I'm not gonna lie. Like he's talking like at you. He's like, you're going to pick me. But then he also said that he only goes based off of feelings. So it's like, are we gonna see like great technicality when it comes to Robert? Like, what are we gonna see when it comes to Robert? Because he's like, the connection just wasn't there.
Yes.
The connection just wasn't there.
Yeah.
He even said that when he had was it JT or Jake? When he had the little boy, when they did the kids.
I
want to think I think it's JT.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure because I loved that kid.
Ooh,
but I remember he's like, there's just a connection that I have with him. So I don't know if that's another tactic that they have, that it's like, if I can connect to you, if I can talk to you, if I can really get through to you, and you're not scared of me, you're not intimidated by me, I can push you to where you want to be.
It's no wonder also that Robert's a contemporary dancer, so connection is everything. I mean, well, that in ballroom, I would say, are pretty comparative. But I got a little bit of a weird vibe from him, so I'm wondering what he's looking for, and maybe, again, since all these contestants are choosing, if you will, the bigger names, I don't know. It just makes me wonder.
That could be it, too. Like, they don't know, or... Not that they don't know, but they're just going for the most popular name, or what.
Or as we can see from this list, Allison, Fiction, Allison, Cyrus, Gabby, Paul, Comfort, Marco, Gabby. Again, it's the the dancers, the
It's
all-stars.
the ones that are super well known.
Yeah,
The
well,
ones-
and it's the dancers that are known for, being able to cross-train every type of style. I mean, they just knock it out of the park. So,
well, that's very true.
strategy.
I haven't not to take anything away from Robert, because I think he's an absolutely phenomenal dancer, and I've always loved his dancing. But if you look at it, he's not one that crosses much.
I don't remember him being a standout.
Comfort doesn't cross as much. You know what I mean? So
I don't know. Comfort was. I don't know. I will say I remember her being.
Her season, she was amazing.
Yes,
she was amazing.
A little bit like fiction again. Like I remember watching her do a lyrical routine. I was like, hello, because I mean, beautiful pointed feet, and I mean, again, as a hip hopper, you don't point anything. Unless you're pointing at yo boy, or your crotch. I don't know. But no, I'm very, very, very impressed by Comfort. I think she goes in the same Marco Allison fiction category. But I think, again, it's just people think of hip hop when they think of Comfort. So who knows how much these dancers know about these all-stars as well. That's something to think about.
That's true.
I mean, they all say they're fans of the show, but who knows?
Who knows? But
good stuff.
I'm just, and then, oh my gosh, I don't want to butcher her name again, and I think I do it all the time.
Keone, right?
Koini?
Koini? Is that what you're talking about? I think it's Koini.
We suck because I write it down like how it sounds, and I still can't even remember.
I think it's
Koini.
Koini.
She went with Marco. I am so excited for that.
Me too.
When she's like, Marco, I was like, oh my God.
Yes.
Yes.
Marco he was the contestant that could not finish, correct? Because he had an injury, and they asked him to come back the following season. Was that Marco? Is that the same Marco that I'm thinking of, or maybe it's somebody else?
Okay, you don't.
There's just so many seasons.
We don't want to confuse him with Alex, because I almost confused him with Alex.
No, I thought Marco was the one that got injured during his season, and then everyone thought he was going to run away with it, but he got injured, and then Nigel told him to come back the following season.
I have a feeling that did happen.
Okay.
Or it was something that someone else got injured, and then they brought him in his
replacement.
Right. Something like that. Something where he was brought back.
Or they brought him back as an all-star the following season. I can't remember, but he's just extraordinary. And I remember being so wowed, like Melanie wowed with him. So I think that's going to be an incredible matchup.
I'm excited to see that. So I just really want to see. Now, I wonder if any of our previous favorites we didn't see. I mean, we did love Ariel. I remember her.
Yes.
She was the auditions too.
Right.
And then we had Kaylee. She was there.
Yeah, Kaylee. Well, so did we talk about Kristen and Vasily? Your fave?
My ballroom couple that made me cry again. Well, no, they didn't make me cry this time.
Okay.
But they're just so lucky.
Yeah.
They're so in love, and they get to dance with each other, and they just did so beautifully. And I was kind of surprised that none of the ballroom dancers wanted to jump on them. Like, they didn't want to take them right away.
Right. So again, we didn't even see kind of the aftermath of their hip hop. I mean, of course, they can't show everyone. So it's my assumption that they are going on to contemporary. So again, it'll be fun to see.
Just to see
what happens with them. But again, they're so captivating. Even when they showed, the panel of all-stars,
all of them, they were just like,
your eyes cannot be taken off of this couple. I feel like they're the best ballroom couple. Do you think that's ever come through?
Yeah, you know what? And I will say that because I've seen the competitions in person, and I can't say I've seen every single great ballroom dancer perform, because no one's ever seen every great.
Sure.
But literally the way they danced was like the way I got when I saw a competitive couple that was a professional couple. Their name were Urs and Agnes.
Yeah.
And one was from Germany and the other one was from Poland. When I watched them dance, I swear to you, I was crying. I was in awe, and I was just like, oh my God. And I'll never forget, she had on this beautiful yellow gown, and he was just taking her all over the dance floor, and I even got to dance with him, and I will never, ever, ever forget that. So that's the feeling I get with these two.
I completely agree with you. I mean, dance is supposed to evoke emotion. It's supposed to make you feel like you are almost, invading their personal space.
Exactly.
And I feel like when I watch them dance, we've only seen them twice in this audition process in Now Academy,
when
but
they did this thing.
they're so completely captivating. And I think that I'm praying that they both make it through. I just feel like it seems like they always like to pull apart the couples.
So I think that might be, maybe that's why they're kind of like holding back.
Right.
Instead of, so maybe to see like, well, maybe she can hold up her contemporary and he can't. So that's why we're going to weed it out.
It will be interesting to see what happens. No matter what happens, they were so complete. They just delivered in their genre. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Everybody, I feel like everyone that watches them is just in the moment. So
they're very in the moment, and they were very simple. Very simple. I liked that they did those samba rolls very slowly. You're always so used to seeing that in such an upbeat, dance, and when they did it just so.
And how she rolled her body and her head all the way through his body, like when you see someone use the ball like a basketball and it goes around
like
their
when they're
chest.
like, and I'm just like, I want to roll around like that.
Oh my gosh.
I want to roll around.
But again, most of it too is about their connection. So I mean, there's no awkwardness. There's so much storytelling between them.
That's what I love about it. There's no awkwardness. So if they're this close to each other, like it's genuine. It's, they do it every day.
Right.
Whereas other couples, they'll be like,
I know,
let's get this close. Like you're in my space.
Yeah, no, they were extraordinary. It would be fun to see what happens with contemporary.
But I loved them, so I'm really excited. I just want them to start giving us like 2-hour episodes. Like just do it, guys.
Me too.
We need more. Like
it was very choppy. They were going through so much. I mean, they had so much to get through that it felt like they were just blasting through it. But at least we got a little bit of a foundation on the teams, and we're going to see the contemporary, the ballroom, and more selection. And just hopefully we'll have a little bit more.
Yeah, I definitely think we're going to get to see a lot more. But obviously, I think these next 2 choreographies are going to be insane. I really want to see what Travis is going to do, because he even was like, I gave you guys kind of like a difficult number.
Yeah, good for him. And I'm all about that. It needs to be at live show level.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? There's no reason to just, I mean, obviously I'm preaching in the choir, but there's no reason to give them something that's just like, oh, well, let's get them through. I mean, this is time to weed out.
You can't, this is when you have to like, survival of the fittest.
Right. Well, and I wonder, they actually did a preview of jazz with coming up as well. So I don't know if it's just going to be contemporary, but I'm really intrigued at how this is going to play out, because we're going to see jazz as well, I believe, with Sasha.
That's right.
So I'm really interested to see how much is going to be cut.
If what I took was right, but next week we get to see the top 10 already.
Well,
was it that, or is it the week after that?
They have 1 week. This is what's interesting. They have 1 week in Academy, but we're seeing that 1 week split up into different episodes. So technically, to the dancers in live real time, they're going through a week of Academy at the VPAC with the contemporary, the ballroom, the solos, all of that, and then jazz, I believe, will be thrown in there as well. So to the audience, we're seeing it split up into different episodes, but to the dancers, it's 1 week. So after that 1 week, yes, the top 10 is being selected. But I think we have a few more weeks of what we're going to be seeing unfold at Academy. I know, boom, boom. But hey, lots of dance for us to watch, so I'm not complaining.
Exactly. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But why don't we get into some predictions then?
Okay.
Your
let's just go
AfterBuzz
ahead
TV
and,
predictions.
Ooh.
I know, I love these.
I love it.
So who do you think is going to have their team complete first?
Even though Allison's got 2 on, I think it's going to be Fiction or Marco. I'm really feeling like Fiction and Marco are going to have theirs full. But I don't know. I mean, if I'm picking one, I'd say Fiction is going to have his filled first.
I think I love Allison, and I think she's going to get filled up quick. But I think the thing with Allison right now is she's pulling the trigger really quick.
Yes, and I think she's going to slow it down. That's why I think it's going to be.
So I think she was like, pop, pop, and now she's going to be like, like she's going to wait for the one. She's going to get in there when everyone's like, I want you, I want you, I want you. And then that's
Yeah.
But I think the one who's, you know, who I think might have their whole team picked out, like in the beginning is Gabby.
Okay. She would have been another guess.
I feel like she's so like, once she sees that
Yeah.
unique person, not the one trick pony, she's like, that's what I'm
Yeah.
going for. Like, she's got a strategic plan.
Right.
So, because she got Lex. She grabbed Lex. So I'm just like, she knows what she's doing. And then I think Comfort
Okay.
might have her full team.
Sure. So we're thinking somewhere in the realm of fiction, Comfort, Gabby, and Marco Allison-ish. I mean, who
Yes.
knows? It's so hard to know. I mean, I feel like they've already gotten a preview of all these dancers, so they may
Yeah.
just be waiting to like, grab them when they can. I don't know. It's just like I said, it's hard to know what they're waiting on or what they want to see, or maybe they love somebody but they want to see them do jazz or they want
Right.
to see them do ballroom. So.
Well, I mean, we're just going to have to wait and see because obviously we're not there. But, you know, if you want to send them our way, we'll go ahead and we'll deliberate and just have them
I know
dance
we
for
need to get some of these artists, these dancers on our show.
I know. So, you know, if you guys are watching this, just hit us up or we'll hit you
Yes.
up. You know, tweet.
Yeah, give us a little shout out on who you'd like to see on our show, on our panel.
Yes.
Bring them in.
Since it's going to be next week, us three. Well,
Right? Teague will be back.
Teague will be back. We'll add a fourth.
Right.
We'll add a fourth. We'll see if maybe we can add a fourth.
Indeed.
But that is all that we have to talk about this week about the Academy. So we're really excited. You can always catch me on Sports and Sass with 2 S's on Instagram, 3 S's on Twitter, and you can always catch me on the after show on American Grit tomorrow at 9. And where can we find you, lovely?
Yay! You guys can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, at Becky Sattero. And my goodness, you can find me on World of Dance on Tuesday nights in the studio at 9 p.m. So yeah, I am just full circumference of dance, just all around.
She's got
me.
it all around. So that's all we got for you guys.
Woo!
Bye.
Have a good night.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.